Hi everyone, Joe Vitale, American Retirement Advisors with the Gradient Investments Weekly Talking Points for the week ending January 13th, 2023. Let's get into the markets. They were closed on Monday due to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So we're back at it. Now let's talk about stocks and what happened last week. They rose again on good inflation report numbers from the U.S. The S&P rose 2.71%, the Russell 2000 added 5.27%, and the NASDAQ was up 4.83%. Now overseas, the developed market, which is the EFA, was up 4.25%, while the emerging markets added 4.18%. In the U.S., consumer discretionary and technologies were the best performing sectors, while healthcare were the laggards. Now by style, growth outperformed value and smaller caps outperformed large caps. Kind of what we haven't seen. We've been seeing more of the large caps winning, but now we're seeing a little bit better now. So let's talk about fixed income. Interest rates dropped last week following Wednesday's inflation report. The benchmark 10-year Treasury yield dropped 6 basis points to close the week at 3.49%. The yield curve, which is between the 2 and the 10-year, it's still inverted at 0.75% almost. So we're still seeing signs of inflation. It hasn't been wrong this whole time, so we're starting to see a little softening here. Let's talk about last week. The oil prices booked their largest weekly increases since October as investors look to rising demand out of China in post-COVID scenario. The price of West Texas crude oil ended up the week at $79.86 per barrel, up 8.3% for the week, and the high end of its range over the past month. So it went up now $72.84. Now $80.26 per barrel at the highest. Let's go to economic data. Inflation was about in line with expectations, falling by 0.1% in December from November and having risen 6.5% over the past year. This was the smallest increase in 14 months, so they were happy about that. On a core basis, excluding food and energy, the consumer price index rose 0.3% in December. Now slightly higher than the previous month and reflecting a decline in the prices of used vehicles and airfare. The core rate rose 5.7% for the past year. Now the consumer sentiment index rose 4.9 points in January to 64.6, which was ahead of consensus expectations and the highest since April. So both current conditions and the outlook for the next 6 months have improved the consumer's mind. And this, of course, is where you're getting the market, where people are like, I don't understand why the market's going up. I don't understand why the market's going down. They're looking at all these indicators, and that's kind of what they see. Oh, it's a buy, let's get in. Oh, it's bad, let's sell. That's what's running the market. So, let's talk about company news. JP Morgan Chase, which is a core select ANG 50 holding, reported revenues and earnings that exceeded the consensus estimates. Additionally, on its conference call, management estimated that $12 billion will be allocated for share repurchase. Shares rose 3.68% for the week. How about NVIDIA? Core Select and G33 holding was among the largest percentage gainers in the semiconductor industry last week as the broader chip sector continued to rise in the start of the new trading year. Late in the week, news that reduced capital spending by Taiwan Semiconductor, which is a G40I holding, was well received by the market due to fears of rising investors and pricing pressures across the sector. Shares of NVIDIA rose 13.73% for the week, while those in Taiwan Semiconductor rose 11.18% for the week. And that's it. That concludes this week's market update. We thank you for being part of the ARA family. To contact us, of course, 855-756-5700. Or visit us website, aradvisorsinc.com. Visit our Facebook, YouTube pages, of course, get our newsletter. We have a new QR code for you, too, that Laura's going to send and attach. So the new QR code, if you want to find out what your tax burden on your IRA is going to be, and should you look at Roth conversions or life strategies or different ways to convert money to tax-free, that QR code will immediately give you the numbers to calculate what you're going to pay taxes on for that over time, compared to a Roth conversion or another strategy. It's a great quick reference, so definitely use that. Pop it in, they'll give you a quick rundown. It's a great strategy. It's like, oh my goodness, why aren't we doing this? We really need to look at this and be proactive. So call us any questions. We'd love to help you out with that as well. Take care, God bless you, and we'll see you next week.